Chapter 9 Mobilization. News from both Janetta and now Alterion was too dire for the Prime Minister Allen to handle, so Emperor Natasha was warned of the recent happenings. After a brief from the Prime Minister, Natasha went to the throne room to sit on a chair with her family around her. They were discussing the next move. Natasha, sitting on the throne, complexed. How? How did we miss so much? Are we doomed to repeat the same pitfalls as my father and the others did before us? Sonova, my dear Natasha, please hear me out. No one could expect that the problems in other universes would come back at us. We have more than enough allies across this vast universe to handle the Sudi. Besides, we handle much more in our day with half the size we are now. Ella, yes, he is right. You should listen to your husband, dear. If we work as one with all of our allies, then we should be able to win. Brig, well, not all of them, Ella. I think, no, I know, but the Scholasticans don't go off ahead to fight the enemy, but to join them. I read Alani like a cheap book, that she is. She hates us, and is more happy to rejoin Scholastica to Sudi. I even think, come to think of it, she might have indeed had a hand in killing Oaks and Andy Cece. Tabitha, that's one ally we no longer have. What now, my lady? Natasha, we all have to fight harder to win. Darius, no, not just fight harder, but get everyone involved too. Darius looked as though he was going somewhere, so his aunt asked him, Ella, dear, where are you going off to in this crisis? Darius, to get the gang back together, along with their forces. We are going to need everyone's help in this one. Then he dashes off to his ship. I hope you can't make it too, Hakari. Meanwhile, at Billdaron, all of the heads of Billdaron and their allies were having a meeting in the Billdaron Parliament chambers. Ayumi Urka, age 52, head of the Urka clan, and Akari's mother, sat in the high chair above the front of the room as all the other lords and ladies debated on what course of action they should take. Tero, we don't have enough men for war. I understand that some of in Sudi ranks we might have history with, but they are after Androsica, not us, so we must remain neutral in this conflict. Amanda, 35, and the head of the Selton, a great tactician and daughter of the late Grey Songso. How could you say that, Taro? As the sitting head of Billdaron and the one who has worked more closely with Androsica in your life than any of us in this room, you are the last to talk about being neutral. Betha, Patelika head. We are in lockstep with Androsica. It was our joining up with them in the Great War which led to these emerging forces becoming defeated in the first place. We can't be neutral no matter how much we try. Ka, 64, head of the Penta, and has gotten a lot stronger over the years to evolve into a monster at will. I have been waiting for years to crush those fools that escaped us years ago. Those that followed that bastard alive must fall. No offense, Konani. Konani, 53, the head of the live builder. None taken. Now, are we going to war or not? Ayumi, this is up to my daughter to decide. Then everyone looked at Kari with bated breath as to the fate of all Billdaron was upon the lightning bringer. Akari, sitting in her chair with her legs over each other and with both of her swords on her sides. She had on her fighting outfit as though she was ready for war. She then got up slowly and said to the crowd, I am not my father, nor my mother. As fast as lightning, let us wage war, win, and then come back in time for a victory party. Then she raised both four swords in the air and said, "Let put these old dogs of the past back into their graves." With that, there was a thunderous cheers in the chambers of Billdaron was united under Yukari. Ayumi then, pleased with her daughter, left and returned home. Billdaron had officially declared war on Bahasudi. Also, it was here that Alona was moved by the next generation of Billdaron and could lead the Billdaron to new heights of glory. Alona Iona was the best friend of Amanda and also her top aide at the age of 36. Everyone prepared for battle. Angelo went in his castle trying to find a way to benefit from this war. Thurston, 56, Angelo's right-hand man. My lord, it is rumored that the escaped J is within the enemy ranks. He also has a sizable Cardinal force in his number. Sophia, 54, the wife of Thurston and one of the most loyal to Angelo. It would be best to crush him and bring all of Cardina under your rule. More power to you, my lord. Angelo. Interesting. What says the rest of you? Sanfan, 58, Lord of Atlantis, and Angelo's willful servant. Sudi has lots of power under him. If we could manage to just get a quarter of it for ourselves, then no one would ever question your right to rule when the time comes, sir. Scene 57, the killer dancer and loyal only to Angelo and Sanfan. As the two of them were close. Correct, given that we are trying to build back up some of our more loyal bank-run powers. Getting weapons and supplies from the enemy would be great for our cause. Angel, I like it. I like it all. Continue. Dotteto, 74, the head Androsican scientist, but works directly with Angelo since after the war. There are many new ships and other weapons that I wish to build. I unfortunately don't have the right type of technology to carry them out, but Sudi Tech is amazing. If we could capture one or two of their scientists and get a hold of some of their plans, then I could do wonders for the glory of Lord Angelo. Angelo, perfect. I like it, Dotteto. Make sure to get what this man needs when he heads out, everyone. All. Yes, Lord Angelo. Then Angelo walks down from his chair towards the three new officers. They had not fought in a real war before in their current ranks. So this would be their first battle. Rookie was a 45-year-old man who was a lieutenant general of Condino. He was fighting along with Angelo and his army in the past battles. He had an apprentice named Paulo, who is 30. She hoped one day to rise in ranks on Condino, to one day be a great officer. Lastly, we have Valentine, who was the senior officer of Condino. He has been in Condino since Angelo first became leader. He hopes to continue until his dying day. Angelo, I rely on you three to serve me, as always, and come through for me in this next battle. Do I make myself clear? All three of them. Sir, yes, sir. At bank run space, Angelo's clone was getting the bank run ready for war. As everyone moved out, Miss Missick and Jonzo were having a pre-battle chat. Miss Missick, former officer to Lord Bahara, who we all know now was one of Bahasudi's sons. We are facing our late Lord's father. Why don't we use this battle to free ourselves from Angelo for good and slay him and his Cantina ilk? Gisano, 50, and a Baha knight who also hates Angelo and sees truth in Mystic sayings. You speak truth. We will avenge our Lord at this battle. We must swear, for no matter if we live or die, this will be our last battle. Miss Missick, I agree wholeheartedly with you, Jasu. For our old lady's sake, too. Let's take down as many of those Cardina rats as possible. Sazano, no. I can drink to that. Now I can drink to that. The two of them shared a quick drink of rum before heading onto the ship for the long ride to the temple of Surimacho. Elsewhere, the Grand General of Androsica, Justin, 58, was readying his men and the closeted troops, who he now oversee for war. Justin, we don't have much time. We must make haste and head to Sudi Galaxy for the glory of Androsica. Forward! As the soldiers ran off the ships to head to Sudi, the four elite leaders of the Kozachu had a chat. Dalio, 56, Prime Minister of Kozachu, and the last leader of the same. Something about this whole war doesn't sit well with me. And it's not just because Androsica fully controls us. I grew to accept that. Gudge, 38, Grand General of Kozachu. It's because even Madonia Bashar have joined the Sudi cause. Loki, 29, a strong Tiger fighter. My word, really? Bashasha A. Dalio, I know, but our goal here is to wipe them out, so that our lateness, our highnesses' words will ring true forever. Who is with me? Uteo, 35. She is an Angola Tiger captain. Before we go, let us not forget that Marco escaped over 18 years ago and is still at large. He might be there as well. Hajj, never thought about that. We must be careful. Dahlia, Roger that, Hattori. Now close the true. On three. 1, 2, 3. Close the true. As they moved out on their last ride to war, back at Billdaron, Akari was beginning to make her first moves towards power. Akari, reaching out secretly to the Ambino. Hello, Maxie, darling. I am sure you guys hear the news about the new war with Bahasudi. Everyone is going to be there, and it's going to be chaotic. I want to give you this chance to finally seek your justice against the Kolochu. This is a prime time to do so, as only I and my close friends know you guys even exist. Don't waste this chance. I have seen how you fight. You guys can handle it. I will try my best to cover your tracks from Androsica. Once you kill the Kozachu, get out of there, where deaths could always be blamed on the Sudi forces. No time to talk, guys. Got to go. See you all again. Vale. Cheers. Hangs up. Maximilian. Men, the time has come. Our justice awaits. Lastly, a Subalpina Galaxy, Arrow, 68 years old, elder, head of the true church of the one true God, was upset about how a false god could rise up so quickly to start a war. Ira, I must set some summer and solace together again to end these Sudi fools for good. So he set out to find two of the most powerful men in the universe. Solus was a child of a son and had powers of the same. He was 36 now and the space commander of Androsica. Through it all, he was still the coolest guy around, rocking his shades. Samsama, age 37, is now and will always be the greatest barber in all the universe. After war, he joined up with Dinka, age 37, who left the insurance universal government and started a hair and fashion business with Samsama. Dinka was a hairstylist, and her best friend Fash was a clothes designer. Fash, who is now 39, was also part of the insurer but left after they lost the war. Samsama loved fighting strong foes as his second passion, only to hear. He was thrilled to hear that Ira had asked him and Solus to come together once more. So he agreed, and the two ladies followed him, as it was a long time since they had been to war. The Filipino leaders, EP3, and his wife Viv, reached out to their friends, Dio, 36, head advisor to EP, and Pascal, 36, female Grand General of Filipino, for advice, EP. You think we should go to war or wait this one out? Pascal, we are the generation of no more. We have allowed our time of peace to dull our hearts with laziness. Dario, Pascal's right. Every one of our friends and allies is going to be there. It will look foolish for us to skip this. Viv, I wonder how Flex and Mazzani would do if they were still with us. EP, they would have fought in the front lines, my love. I will no longer be afraid of death. We of the Filipino will fight to our last. Hurrah! Everyone, yeah! With that, the Filipino and friends, for whatever their reasons were heading to the temple of Sudimacho. As for Darius, he went to get his now demonic-powered family and rival to aid him to win this fight against Baja Sudi. He picked each and every one of them up in his private ship as before, where forces of LaFleur and Sharon, Pupununu and Risi all went on their own ships to follow their respective young lords to war. Darius made one last speech to them before they arrived at the temple of Surimacho. Darius, we knew each other for many years during our childhood. We laughed, we played, and even challenged each other. On our last trip, we learned more about each and about the people of the universe, who we are to protect. Our meeting with the Billdaron youth of our generation was fate. We would need them on our side moving forward. And the icing on the cake was when we defeated that demonic before an evildoer can. Now we have new allies and newfound power to deal with this latest threat to our peace. Alani, darling, and Sheen, let us show this entire universe what our generation can do. Raises his spear in the air as the rest of the group cheers on, and the battle begins.